Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Wednesday, the 5th of February 2025. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 had a pretty good day, finished up 0.5% to 8,417 points. The big miners led the way. Fortescue Metals and Rio both jumped 2%, while BHP was up 1.5%. The tech stocks and energy companies also did well. You can put Woodside, Pro Medicus, Xero, REA, WiseTech into that basket. Healthcare stocks underperformed. CSL was down more than 1%, while Macquarie Bank Limited was off 3.6%. In corporate news, Amcor jumped after its earnings met expectations in the December quarter, and the company reaffirmed its guidance for the 2025 financial year. And Cleanaway Waste Management fell after the company was forced to close its liquid waste processing facility in Western Sydney after a significant fire hit the premises. Story number 2, the Prime Minister has announced $1.7 billion in additional funding to public hospitals next year. The PM said the additional funds to states and territories would help cut waiting lists, to reduce waiting times in emergency rooms, and to manage ramping. This matters to people, and this decision today will help save lives and lead to better outcomes for our nation's people, he said. This is part of a new agreement between the federal, state and territory governments where the Commonwealth contribution to public hospitals will increase by 12%. Story number 3, toll road group Transurban could become a takeover target, according to investment bankers, on the back of a dearth of infrastructure plays on the ASX and a lacklustre share price of Transurban for the last 5 years or so. It's significant that media is now talking about Transurban as a target. Nothing really as large as Transurban in the infrastructure ASX world post-Sydney Airport. Now, the toll road group's share price has underperformed last year. The market was up about 10%. It was flat. It's worth about $41 billion, though the sale price is probably closer to $60 billion. It might be a bit expensive, but it has come back to the pack in recent years, and obviously investment bankers are talking about it, according to the Fin Review. Toll roads like Sydney's WestConnex provide steady returns to investors over the long term. Most of Transurban's agreements in Australia allow the company to raise toll fares by the rate of inflation, or at least 4%. That's the sort of steady returns that many super funds like. Story number 4, international markets. How would you describe them? Chaotic, I would say, at the moment. Oil is up again, trading around $76 a barrel. Gold's even higher, $28.58 an ounce. Of course, that's trading near these record levels because gold's a safe place to be when things are uncertain, and there's plenty of uncertainty around at the moment. The Aussie dollar, though, that's jumped a bit. It's up to 62.5 US cents, while Bitcoin is trading just under $100 a unit. And story number 5, at least 11 people have been killed at an adult education centre in Sweden in the country's worst ever mass shooting. The school runs classes for students over the age of 20, including Swedish classes for immigrants, vocational training, and programs for people with intellectual disabilities. Sweden's PM, Ulf Kristersson, described the attack as the worst mass shooting in Swedish history. Police believe the gunman, who was one of those killed, acted alone and had no suspected connections with terrorism. Sweden has a high level of gun ownership, largely because of hunting, and in recent years has recorded the highest per capita rate of gun violence. School attacks, though, are rare, with just 10 people killed in 7 incidents between 2010 and 2022. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 5th of February, 2025. Make sure you hit follow on the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Thursday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.